Hey everyone, Jacob's Quest, and today I just finished watching episode 6 of X-Men 97, and yeah, as predicted, we're taking another little bit of a break after the insanity that was last episode, and this one we're catching up with Storm and Forge, and we're dealing with this weird, vaguely explained demon trauma owl thing. I don't quite understand what this was supposed to be. Like, I understand, like, emotionally, like, what they're dealing with, and it was kind of like, you know, them attacking their demons, like, in a literal way. So I get that, and that's cool. I wish that this was... I wish they had more time to, like, set up what this thing was supposed to be, and then it's just gone, and we saw Forge use some, like, Doctor Strange magic, which... that's cool. It kind of came out of nowhere, but it's cool. Yeah, so basically they just deal with that, and then Storm has her powers now, which was a really cool sequence. So, you know, basically the whole storyline seems to have essentially wrapped up. Storm is now getting her stuff back. Forge also, he got bit by the demon, and so he's losing, like, his arm, I guess. And, like, he does have a metal arm in the future, right? I'm pretty sure he does. So... you know, that makes sense there. I think it really is just that I don't fully understand, like, it just felt like this demon owl thing came out of nowhere, and we don't get much of an explanation as to, like, why is it here? It's just, you know, like I understand, like, oh, their trauma called it or something, and it's following Forge or something like that. I don't know. It just seemed kind of random, you know. It seemed like another plot line on top of many plot lines that are going on. And if I was gonna say anything critical of the show right now, I'd be like, I think we could have cut the owl thing. Like, that seems just so strange and out of nowhere. I don't know why that was there. And the other thing, really big news. So yeah, basically we have the what are they, the Shi'ar Empire and Lilandra and Charles Xavier. They're all back. Charles Xavier is not dead, and just like we saw, like, at the end of the original series, luckily, Charles Xavier is still alive. He has been healed, and apparently, like, a whole lot of, like, political machinations have been happening. Charles Xavier and Lilandra are supposed to get married, and he's supposed to be considered, like, the new emperor, but a lot of the Shi'ar don't like that, and so they do this whole thing where they're like, well, you have to erase all your memories of Earth in order to show your loyalty to the Shi'ar people, and of course he doesn't want to do that, and he does a cool thing for a minute where he's like, takes them all into the astral plane, and he's teaching them all a lesson about, like, their empire, and gonna teach them all, like, how to be better people, I guess, you know, just do his teacher thing in a really cool way. But he gets interrupted. He starts seeing visions of Gambit dying and, like, all the, you know, all this death happening, and he's like, I gotta get back to my X-Men, something horrible has been happening, you know. So I mean, I guess he just hasn't picked up on any of this because he hasn't been in the astral plane, I guess. I don't know. I mean, he's really far away. Maybe there's, like, a limit to, like, how much he can, like, pick up on just by thinking about it, you know. But yeah, there's gonna be an interesting discussion here where, like, did the X-Men know he was alive? Because, you know, they did the whole last will and testament of Charles Xavier and let Magneto be the leader and all that, and everyone's been referring to him as dead. So I'm a little unclear as to, like, how much they know. I mean, they know that he left with Lilandra, but then they like, the whole show they've been acting like he's dead, but now it's obviously he hasn't been dead. Has he just not contacted them at all? Has he just not bothered? And they kind of do this thing where they're like, oh, well, you know, a teacher's role is to see if they can get out of the nest and be leaders on their own and such, right? But, like, I don't know, I feel like you could have like, you know, sent a little hologram, little message, been like, hey, I'm still alive, I'm not coming back for now, you know, maybe one day I'll come back, but I'm still alive, just so you guys know, so don't do anything crazy, and, like, you know, do my I don't know, it's just interesting that they seemingly have had no contact and have been left to think that he's dead. So very strange. But yeah, basically Charles Xavier is going to come back. He's now kind of aware of what happened on Genosha. Oh, Storm also sees that broadcast of Genosha happening, so she's got her powers back, and now she knows that, oh, all the shit went loose. And yeah, that's basically where we're left at. We still have not really picked up on like what's happening at the mansion now that they saw everything that happened and seemingly so many people died. And yeah, I guess we're all just gonna have to wait to be like, are they gonna do like a time travel thing? How much of this is gonna get fixed or not fixed? Obviously we still have Cable involved with that whole thing, so who really knows where this is going? But in any case, yeah, I like this one fine. It did kind of feel like, all right, let's catch up on everyone else. That way we can get to like the big finale and, you know, kind of like deal with this whole Genosha thing. Oh, also we kind of get pretty, not entirely a confirmation, but essentially a confirmation that Sinister was using, what's his name, the guy who is in charge of Master Mold, to create that giant robot. So it does seem like Sinister was the one involved, responsible for that crazy stuff that happened, you know. And Sinister's always been like a weird villain to me because I guess he was a human and then he experimented on himself, and so he's just always kind of been obsessed with mutants. But what would his reasoning be to just wipe out so many mutants? Like, what was his goal there? You know, like, what was he trying to actually accomplish? I don't really know. It seems like there's got to be more to it, right? Like, it couldn't have just been, I'm just here to destroy a bunch of mutants in Genosha. It's like, okay, but then what else? Like what are you after? What are you trying to do? You know, I don't know. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about episode 6 of the X-Men. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.